Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome back for another episode of EU4 as the Knight. In previous episode, we managed to turn our war against the Ottomans quite well. I mean, thanks to our allies mostly, let's be honest. But we did also do a fair share, especially naval-wise, ourselves. And now it's time for us to head further into Anatolia, maybe all the way to Antioch. Or maybe we'll go first to Adana, and then we'll go to Antioch. And, you know, that way we can get some of these things sorted. So let's march through all of this, and it looks like our allies are definitely conquering a lot of lands, or seizing down a lot of lands that we could take. Well, there's a small battle over here. Well, Ramazan, your armies are doomed. Especially since we've got a lot higher discipline than you do. And morale. Oh, we got a bit of naval combat in here as well. Well, it's a one transport against 5 of our light ships. So not exactly a fair fight, I guess. Are these repaired? They are repaired now. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring our fleet in here. Do a bit of blockading, and this one can probably return protecting trade in Constantinople, which looks like I'm actually the... Yeah, I'm the biggest trade power in there right now. Well, it might be because I've got most of this area sieged down. So yeah, if I actually annex Ramazan, that's not going to be part of coalition, but that might increase the accuracy expansion quite a bit. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, there we go. We could invest in an idea, but actually right now it might be best for us to catch up in tech. Trust your neighbor. Ooh, state maintenance goes down for 10 years. That's pretty nice. Looks like Lucca is seizing down a lot of areas in here. There we go. We got our troops in here. Oh, there we go. Venice is going after the Ottoman army there. Well done. I got the claim there, so if Venice does seize down Antioch, they should give it to me, I guess. It's already 70% war score, so I think the Ottomans are kind of beaten back. They just lost another battle there, and looks like, oh, Poland is taking a bit of land in here. I mean, technically speaking, I wouldn't mind giving them some land, especially a port in here, because they don't have any ports right now. I'm actually getting a pretty good amount of money right at this moment as well. Did we have any missions by chance? No, not right now. We could summon the Diet, but at the same time, we probably don't want to increase the influence any further than what it is right now, because Veneration of Relics. We get 2 papal influence or 500. No. We'll take the papal influence. And there we go. Antioch is in our hands again. So there would still be quite expensive peace deal, and they would not accept that. But as soon as we get this, actually, go ahead and send in our transports down this way. Start seizing or blockading Adana. Now, admittedly, we won't actually want to fight them once we win the siege. Unless we, you know what, we'll just move this entire fleet down south. That means that we can at least win this battle. And there we go. Venetians are definitely seizing down a lot of land here. So Venice has done a good work in here. Eventually we do need to turn on them because we want to have these islands in here. Among other things, but we don't need to do that quite yet. They will be helpful in another war against the Ottomans still. But I think maybe 2 more wars against the Ottomans if we take 100% peace deals or something. After that, we can probably take them on our own. Admittedly, after even this war, we'll probably have quite a larger room for armies and all that. Call for peace is happening. Okay, but just want to seize down this disease outbreak. Well, that wasn't very helpful. I could do the barrage in there, but I think right now we're just going to wait. Oh, we've got 19 galleys now. Oh, yeah. Well, we're probably paying quite a bit. Oh, yeah. 5 ships over our naval force limit right now. That's not exactly ideal. Okay, will they take the peace deal now? No, not yet. Well, we might need to reduce the amount of things that we take them. Oh, Great Hall, cancel the military access. Oh, did they? Oh, there we go. Siege at Adana completed. But now, Ramazan, I think it's time for you to cease to be. And then we need to wait for the diplomat to return, and then we might be ready to start getting a peace deal. Oh, we can get Miltech now. Sure. Excellent. Still a little bit behind in Diplo, but that's fine. So now, oh, they would actually take this peace deal. Well. So we'll have Antioch, Adana, and Constantinople, Gallipoli, and a bit of areas over here as well. How bad is the coalition? Well, we've got truce with Ottomans and Tunis, so there's still Mamluks, Achaean, and Crimea, so there's only 3 nations that might join the coalition. There we go. That was quite successful. We lost the Holy War casus belli against them. Oh, I could become the defender of the faith. Ah. Well, first of all, let's start coring what we can, which is not all that much. We can complete the Restore to Hospitaliers. Ah, there we go. We get, until the end of the game, plus 10% morale of armies and 10% national manpower modifier. Excellent. Now, next goal is probably going to be war against Mamluks, but that's probably, hopefully not going to happen anytime soon. We are having quite a bit of unrest in various areas. I suppose since we can't I suppose we could do some quick conversions. In Crete, or somewhere over here. Northern Greece. But there we go. That was quite successful. Go ahead and park this fleet in here. So where is the first... it is probably Cyprus and Chios. So now Cyprus is... well, it's probably not in the best shape right now. I might actually... well, no, I don't have the edict for reduce unrest. I'm actually just going to take away the edict right now there. Same can be done probably over here. That's going to save us a bit of money. We'll probably keep the force active. And actually, what? Now that we've got all of this, let's have a look at workshop. None of these are particularly great yet. Oh, we have yet to unlock the shipyards. I mean, we are going to get that in the next tech, aren't we? Yes, we are, and we're not that far away from it. Actually, we've still got the military focus. We could maybe switch to a neutral one. Because we kind of need both of them. Or all of them. So we lost the Crusade. That's unfortunate. We'll get some new mercenary companies. We got quite a bit of extension, but we did not go over 100. So that's good. We probably need a bit of a breather after this one for our troops and all that. So Ottomans are still in a war against the Genoa, and look at... oh, Great Hall was pieced out of it already. Ah, I see. So does Naples still... they want my provinces. Venice is quite good. I might actually improve relations with them again. They did well in that one. I could get the maritime idea, but I want to get the Diplo tech first. I could actually reduce the unrest over here in Cyprus. Actually, I could reduce the unrest over there as well. But we need to keep an eye on where exactly the rebellions are going to happen. So, Chios... oh, it's over there. Okay. There is a 8,000 men that might rebel. I'm not entirely sure. And we got... oh, it is Corfu and Separatists. Alright, I wanted to check the... yeah, so most of our stuff is still Greek, at least the stated areas are still Greek provinces. Actually, why is our force limits now? We could have a... ah, there we go, we're only 3 over our naval force limit now, finally. And the Drake fleet is already doing its job, and we got our combat fleet over here, / transport fleet. Led by Taz, so yeah, we are doing fairly well. We need... oh, right, that's the... yeah, province we're coring, or the converting right now. We could start coring, but we can't do both at the same time. But Gallipoli is already being cored, and I'm sure that Constantinople will be cored initially, but eventually... oh! Tolerance of true faith and tolerance of heretic goes up, and clergy loyalty equilibrium. Ah, but it needs to have the Catholic faith in there. You know, sure, you can go through my lands, I guess. Although that means that the Ottomans can also go through my lands. Ah, right, you can only have one of these. Well, I suppose, yeah, the religion isn't the same, and we don't have that as the... okay, well, we got another great work, at least, in our nation. So we've got one in Athens. Did we have anything in Antioch? Well, not really, other than a lot of unrest by the looks of it. But there we go, we're at least slowly growing stronger and stronger, and we've got a lot of X-players in here, so we need to have a very strong fleet to make sure that everything is fine. And yeah, the Corfuan uprising is potentially an issue. And we can't afford getting a... well... maybe if we get another transport, we can then transport 8,000 men at a time. That might be enough. Although at this point... oh. They are asking for 1,000 soldiers. You know what? I'll give that. They probably lost a lot in the previous war. We are recovering our manpower fairly quickly. Well, I say fairly quickly. It's 175 per month, which isn't that much. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transport half the army into Cyprus. And after that is done, we'll transport the other half into Chios. So that way we can have troops ready and defending wherever the rebellion might fire. Because that is going to be the first rebellion firing. It's on one of these 2 islands. Now we're just waiting for a bit more admin points to core more provinces. Luckily, we did get the admin tech ahead of time before starting to take the areas. Oh, now that... oh, how's the Ottoman fleet right now anyway? It's 1 ship. Oh, wow. They got 39,000 men, though, so that is still quite something. Is that... Well, there's someone who's pirating in here. Guessing Venice. At least that would make sense. So we are not quite the biggest trade power in Constantinople right now, but we're getting pretty close again. Yeah, we got these two. And we did get the troops into Corfu now, so these could probably start reducing the unrest as well. And Tunis is already almost core, so that's going to be a decent bonus. Now, of course, Tunisian separatists, well, they will fire eventually. But at least it's not going to be too bad right now. And I think the... Oh, there we go. The Germans did actually win that naval battle there by the looks of it. I'm going to have to do a lot of coring, but there we go. It's only 72% overextension. I suppose that is one of the things that does reduce the trade power abroad, at least. And does increase the unrest as well quite a bit. Which is quite significant right now in a lot of places. So a pretty good amount of money. I suppose we should probably turn that into something useful. Now, I don't know if we can actually... Oh, we could actually upgrade that already. There we go. We're transferring a little bit more trade power from Aleppo towards Constantinople. I suppose another thing that I could do is try getting a bit of marketplaces. Athens would be fairly decent. And then maybe... Oh, actually, we are... no, it's not really that great of a tax boost there yet. We could get a courthouse, admittedly. That's actually an extra building. Get one in Rhodes. Reduces the autonomy and reduces the governing cost of the province as well. And state maintenance as well. A tiny bit. That leaves us with 200 ducats. We're losing a little bit of cash, but of course we still need to do a lot of coring. Antioch is going to be the next target, apparently. But yeah, we started coring Adana before we did the last peace deal, so that makes sense. So Tunisia, we could turn into state now, but I'm probably not going to do that quite yet. Eventually, yes, but not quite yet. Oh, there we go. The separatists in Corfu are now reduced quite drastically. We've got quite a bit of extension still, but it is getting better and better for us. Now we're going to get the Diplotech. So we're getting the shipyard, and Malta is going to get a shipyard immediately. Might also get a shipyard in Maria, actually. So that means that we won't be having to pay too much over the naval force limit. And also, it is going to give us claims on a lot of the coastline in here, which is going to be very handy against Tunisia, who are still allied to Ottomans. Oh, Milan and Venice are rivals. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me, to be fair. Quality wool. Ah, there we go. I'll take them some money. By all means. How soon is the conversion down? It's already 62%, so that's actually not too bad. Now, unfortunately, since it's not a state yet, I can't increase the speed there of converting, but oh well. Oh, the merchant's son. Get a +1 in mercantilism. How is the mercantilism anyway? Probably not very high. 11%. I mean, okay, fair enough. So we're getting 4.4 ducats from trade already. Still need to increase that a lot, but we're getting 4 ducats, oh not 4, 8 ducats from taxation. Production is also probably starting to increase slowly, but a lot of the areas that we have don't have very high production, or the things that they produce aren't necessarily that valuable. Plus, right now we're not going to be increasing the production all that much either. That does remind me though, we could seize some land, and then we could maybe take the mission over here again. Let's see, clergy would want a church in... Okay, well that would be an extra base tax there at least. Maria would need more stuff there, or more base production. I guess we'll build a church in Lesbos then. It will also reduce the unrest in there, which is going to be quite handy. Thanks to our things. Genoa's brought in a lot of their troops in here. Did they lose their... No, they did not lose these areas, but they did get their troops at least. Now we're going to... Oh, wow, I didn't realize that Portugal's declared me as a rival. First of all, we'll declare Akayunlu. And then let's have a look at Portugal. Are you allied to Spain or Castile? You are. Okay, so I don't really want to rival you quite yet then. We might do that eventually. I suppose Portugal... Oh, that's Clemson. But Portugal may have had some aspirations for all of this northwestern Africa. Get a bit more unrest, but at the same time more innovation. This is nice. Gold found in Tafilate. Aha, so they get a bit more goods produced there. Good on them, I suppose. Although they are a potential rival. So we'll get Thessaly court next, and then probably Cephalonia. And we'll let the war exhaustion tick down so that Constantinople is going to be slightly cheaper to core. Still going to take a while before we can get that. But the Corporeal Separatists in the islands here, I mean, those are at least going down slowly. We've got pretty good devotion. Overextension is also reducing as soon as we get a bit more coring done, which is not that far off. These two are going to be done in May 1940 or 1495, sorry, not 1945. A little bit different century. That does remind me, though, how... Okay, soon-ish we can do... Well, in about 2 years we can do another raiding. But we probably do want to increase the... Ooh, right. Adana was in a part of a state already, thanks to Cyprus. That's why we could do that one already. Oh, Ottomans are getting claims on us. Well, they can try. They've got 47,000 men, admittedly, so if they try, they probably will win. We don't have the money to expand or extend our military quite yet. We'll probably want to get another 1,000 infantry on both of these armies right now, but we also need to get a little bit more... Oh, right, I could start a golden era now. Again, since the era isn't ending yet, we don't actually need that too badly unless we end up in a war. Which, actually, all power costs reduce... That would reduce the coring costs as well. You know what, I'm going to go to golden era. Might not be the best of times to do it, but it's going to be good enough, and that means that we can get the coring a little bit cheaper, at least the remaining 2 provinces. Plus, it will allow us to get the ideas a bit cheaper, which means that we can get the manpower recovery speed and maybe even diplomatic relations up by 1, and then we'll also get a lot of these things over time. So we're not getting a lot of income right this moment, so we can possibly mothball the fort in Rhodes at least, so that's going to save us a bit of cash. There we go, conversion done. Let's go ahead and... Oh! Fortify Malta, local defensiveness, and we get some claims. And base in Africa. Oh! Right, yeah, we did get a base in Africa now. That's going to give us a lot more claims in there. And now we just need to get a lot of land in here. But we've got permanent claims in that area, and... Actually, did we... Yeah, no, this is claims. Well, good enough. We could... Oh, Tunis would be quite time-consuming to convert. Especially since it's not a part of a state yet. So that one we can start coring now. So there's potential for Greek separatists as well. I don't know if Corfu is going to be a problem anymore. Chios actually is not. Cyprus might be. So we could possibly start transporting this over. Oh, well, actually, that didn't really help the situation yet. May have been a bit too early on that one. Oh. Hold on, so who are you actually fighting? Ragusa and Papal State. I'm going to wait for a few days. See if Ottomans join. Probably not. They are still guaranteed by Ottomans. Venetian conquers Ragusa. You know what, we'll join. I don't know how much my armies are going to be able to help, but I guess my fleet can definitely do some work. So who are we fighting? It says Ragusa and Papal State. Might be fair enough. At least we've got a few troops in here. And our fleet can go and help Siena over there. Hello, Papal States fleet. Italian wars. Oh, right. Mercenary cost and merchant discipline. And we just sank their entire trade fleet there. Right, let's start blockading Rome. Gonna core in Epirus and Gallipoli. That should start reducing the unrest even further. Thanks to overextension going down. Although it didn't go down all that much. But it's a start, I suppose. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to use a bit of points to reduce the war exhaustion. So core in Constantinople is going to be slightly cheaper. The rest of the Diplo points we can save for the maritime ideas. There we go, we've got the church done. A bit of base tax in here. Well, it's 3 base taxes, kind of okay. It's not a massive amount of tax that we get from here, but the devastation is still relatively sizable. And we got the revolts in both of the... Oh, that's a different revolt, actually. Right. Don't know if I should maybe send in the transport fleet back here. Start bringing a bit of troops, although... If I just get the general in here... That might be enough to break this. I mean, it's grassland, so they're not going to get any defensive bonuses. We've got the cannon in here. They got apparently too much cavalry. Our morale is pretty darn good as well, so yeah, no, we want that. Then we'll need to deal with that one, which is not quite as easy. In fact, what I might do is I'm going to leave the cannons behind. Move them to the island just in case. And did manage to take the island. We could have 7... Well, I suppose these need to reinforce for a moment anyway. Where did I send the transports? Oh, I didn't send them anyway. Well, that would explain it. Ooh, there we go. Now we're getting a good amount of money at least. Another core down, we can get another ability. Suppose we could reduce the aggressive expansion impact a bit. That would maybe help not getting too many coalitions. We'll connect that to the... Or assign that to the trade... Not transport fleet, not trade fleet. But at the same time, we're not going to transport the troops over quite yet. Still got 60% overextension. Cyprus doesn't have too much unrest, at least. Vatican infiltration. I'll take the papal influence. Although, that being said, we probably don't have a particularly good relation with the Pope right now. We can probably reduce the... or remove that one. We could stop accruing favors with Castile as well. Speaking of which, how much would they be willing to give me money? That would be 70 ducats. You know what? Sure. So now we could build some more things if need be. Or just have a bit of extra cash reserves anyway. So this would be kind of one of the points where using Marines might be very handy, because they wouldn't take the penalty for doing the landing. Of course, they would take more damage per se, so it's not necessarily entirely free of problems, let's just say. We can start converting emperors, I suppose. Oh, did I turn this into... No, I can't turn that into a state yet. Tunisia is the only one that we can do right now. You know what, I'm going to transport these to Chios first. To stop that Corfu and Separatist rebellion from happening, hopefully. At least partially. I'm going to bring in the artillery down that way as well. It'll probably be slightly safer there. So I need quite a bit more admin points to start a core in Constantinople, but that's fine. We'll get there eventually. Ah, there we go. So now the unrest is going down. So in a few months, that'll be fine, and then we'll start... Actually, do we have... we could probably start getting another transport ship, yeah. If we get another transport, then we can transport 8,000 men at a time, which should be maybe enough to break that. At least we've got pretty good morale in there. So that might be enough to tip the scales in our favor. And are you... Oh, you can actually do both. Good. There we go. So that's at least reducing the unrest over here, and it's from a safe location as well. We've got the general in this army in Chios right now. So far, so England... Oh, right, Wales and Northumbria don't exist anymore, or Northumberland. There we go. England started taking a lot of land in Ireland in the meanwhile. Policy wall, excellent. Muscovy is massive. They haven't formed Russia yet, but I suspect that they need to have, like, admin 10, don't they, to do that. And Lithuania is independent. They're allied to Poland, but they're independent. Poland is allied to me, Lithuania, Riga, and Volgast. Oh. So Teutonic Order is still... Surprisingly, I think they managed to be back there. Yeah, no, I think they managed to take some land from the Polish in a previous war or something. At least this one. Poland they might start with, actually. Yeah, no, Teutonic Order is fine. Livonian Order, on the other hand, is a bit weaker. And then, oh wow, Denmark's taking a bit of land over here. Kola Peninsula. Mamluks are still relatively strong, although they did lose a war against the Ottomans. But I think they won the other war, or at least managed to push the enemy back. So they've still got 40,000 men, 42,000 men to be precise. How much could we have? 19 already, okay. So we've got a bit of a room for expansion. We'll just wait for the ship to be built first. And we'll get a few more cores done in the meanwhile as well. But I suppose for the time being, we can just keep on... Oh. Auto declare war on the 3 leagues. So the siege of Rome is going. There we go. Incorruptible. Aha. We just may have sank quite a bit of fleets there. Nobility is not particularly good loyalty, so we could maybe get a local noble. That would be a Turkish heritage, though. A Greek heritage might be better. We could get a bit of money from that, actually. Sure, we'll go with that. And we got our Kazoo Raptor 113. Not exactly the best stats there for the air. And okay, greedy. I mean, admittedly, Kathmandu's battling buffoon, apparently. Fierce negotiator and free thinker. So that's kind of nice. So that does mean that we'll be getting the IDs over here soon. At least the cultural conversion cost and cost of enforcing religion through war will be reduced. We're getting the core in Adana now, so that's good. We could maybe start converting that at some point in the not-too-distant future. And our fleet did increase in size a little bit. Actually, we just got one of the 3 transports there then. I'll also send this one to repair in here. We can... Oh, scientific instrument, more innovationness. Excellent. And we can get the Alpha and Omega. There we go. We'll get the manpower recovery speed as well. So we could have almost up to 19,000 manpower by now. We still got quite a bit of work to do to get back to there, but that's fine. So we got our fleet in here. We got 8 transports. We are getting another one. Although we don't actually need another one right now. What we can do is... Oh, but we don't have a leader here. Nor do we have the points to get another... Well, you know what? Put the air in control. Oh, 3 siege is actually pretty nice. Well, let's go ahead and drop the armies in here. We got 3 shock pips still, so we should be mostly fine. Plus they get the penalty for having too much cavalry by the looks of it, numbers-wise. So we won that battle. Ooh, royal damage. That's quite nice, actually. Let's send this back to repair. Out and Papal States. See, Urbino and Ancona to Venice. Renounce their claims to Ravenna. Perugia is an independent state. Okay. I'm guessing Papal State... Oh, actually, Papal State does like me. They like me a lot. Oh, right, because we got the bonus in there. Oh, they're actually the career controller right now. Lost the Italian wars, which is a bit of a shame. Ah, but the tolerance of heathens has improved, so that should reduce... Oh, there we go, we got this one back. So we'll wait for a little bit, but that means that we'll have 9 ships. We're actually a little bit over our naval force limit, but I suppose that we can easily fix that with... Oh, right, Ragusa is still about. We can easily fix that with a few naval shipyards. Let's wait for that ship to be done. They're seizing down Maria, which is going to be really difficult for them. I mean, it's only Highlands, admittedly, but we've got quite a bit of bonus points in there. Defense of the Faith and local fortifications and Highlands, so that's 60% right there. And a little bit extra in from other things. We could potentially make that over 80%, to be fair, if we wanted to. But I don't actually want to spend the extra money for it right now, because that's not really going to be... Oh, 3 leagues has been annexed. So, oh, Ottoman separatists in Constantinople. Okay, that is going to be fairly sizable. So I think at this stage, let's combine these fleets. I'm going to Oh, I can actually move through the Ottoman lands right now. Because Ragusa has asked for military access. Okay. And get the troops from Cyprus as well. Oh, there we go. We did manage to get across there, at least. So Ragusa will give money to Venice and war reparations. I get a little bit of cash out of that, actually. And 8 favors to Venice. There we go. So how long do we have truce with Ottomans? 1508. Oh, actually, that reminds me. So that's doing a bit of training. What we'll do is we'll pick up the troops in Cyprus. Army organizer has died. Well, that's a bit of a shame. Oh, that was the army force limit, wasn't it? But we'll transport some troops in Constantinople. We'll keep that secure for a little while. There seems to be a bit of a potential for a revolution there. So with these, it's not going to be as much of a problem. Oh, and now with Constantinople, we can actually raid all the way to Azov. Let's start doing a bit of tax collection over here, shall we? Very aggressive ones at that. Actually, no, we can't do that yet, but I suppose we could go to Gulf of Odessa in the meanwhile. Right there. Eastern Black Sea. And see Azov. I suppose we got at least... you know what? We might drop the transports in here and start transporting troops to Tunisia, because that's probably going to be the next place having a rebellion. Fort maintenance. Our forts are the most important defense we have against intruders and enemies, but they are in great need of restoration. We would need to increase our taxes in order to fund this, and that will most certainly upset those who pay taxes. We'll just use the devotion for this. Right, so let's drop the transports in here. And then we can continue with the tax collection. So I suppose we could just, well, wait for the transports to arrive. There we go. And give you orders to go to Tunis. That'll be fairly easy to do. We still can't collect taxes over there, but I suppose we can go... Oh, no, we can't do it in here. Oh, because we got a truce with Ottomans, I reckon. But not with Mamluks. There we go. Getting some money. We kind of need that, admittedly. Oh, and do we have any good... we could get a discipline advisor. That's always nice. I guess we might have truce with Tunis as well, don't we? We do, for another... Oh, actually quite a while. Still get a little bit from Benghazi, I suppose, and then... We could go all the way to Barbary Coast. And go for Almeria, even. That's a bit more cash for us. There we go. And then we can send this one back to... I suppose we can link up with the other fleet in Tunis in the meanwhile. So there's a Tunisian separatist. Those are going to be quite likely to fire soon. There we go. We got that at least sorted. We did get a pretty good amount of money. And we're actually gaining quite a bit of money as well. Got army maintenance on full right now, but not going to do much about that one. And there we go. Getting another shipyard. So that is probably reducing the... Or rather, increasing the amount of ships that we could have. Yeah, we could have another... We could have another 2, even. Oh. Speaking of which, we can get Marine Force limit plus 25% and National Sailor modifier plus 50%. Let's do that one, then, well, we'll probably be able to get another idea. And after that, well, one idea on each. Actually, that National Unrest would be quite nice from there. So what is the combination between these two? It will be the prestige from naval battles and naval tradition from battles. I mean, that's not really that important. It can be quite useful in the sense if you have nothing else to put in there. But it's probably not going to be the one that we'll be relying on. Retrieval of Jean of Arc. Alright then. Start converting more of the provinces down here. So if we have a look at this... oh, right. Did we did not make it into a state yet, but we could do that now. And that way, we can actually set up the edict over here to convert faster. It'll cost us a bit more, admittedly, but at the same time, that is at least going to allow us to get the missionary done. Oh, it's 6.9% per month right now. Oh, that's pretty nice. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.